Hello Genius, how are you today? I hope you are fine. Today we are going to discuss about latihan ujian sekolah bahasa Inggris kelas 9 SMP atau Madrasah Sanawiyah. Nah, latihan ujian sekolah ini terdiri dari 4 materi. Yang pertama song, yang kedua descriptive text, yang ketiga narrative text, yang keempat report text. Number 1 song. Sini kita akan mendengar sebuah lagu dari Joe Walsh berjudul
Is anyone out there?
Dying Planet.
Does anybody listen or care anymore? We are living on a dying planet. We're killing everything that's alive, and anyone who tries to deny it wears a tie and gets paid to lie. So I wrote these songs for a dying planet. I'm sorry, but I'm telling the truth. And for everybody trying to save it, these songs are for you too. Is there anyone out there?
Nah, setelah kita mendengar lagu Song for Dying Planet by Joe Walsh, berikut kita akan jawab pertanyaannya number 1 until number 5. Number 1, what kind of planet are we living now? Apakah A. Dying planet, B. Good planet, C. Beautiful planet, D. Nice planet, E. Lovely planet? The answer is Dying planet, ya. Sudah tertulis di liriknya bahwa we are living on a dying planet. Okay, number 2. Who are people who deny that they have killed living things? Siapa orang yang menolak mengakui bahwa mereka telah membunuh makhluk hidup? Apakah yang A, people who wear a tie and get paid to lie, B, people who listen that song, C, people who live near the singer, D, people who walk in the town, E, people who sell tie and t-shirt? The answer is, jawabannya adalah yang A, people who wear a tie and get paid to lie. Ya, ada di lirik lagu tersebut. Oke, number 3. And gets paid to lie. The word gets paid means, nah jadi sinonim dari gets paid ini artinya A, receive money for work completed, B, pay someone, C, buy with money, D, sell with low prices, E, promote completely. The answer is gets paid means A, ya, receive money for work completed. Number 4, for whom does the singer wrote that song? A, for the dying planet, B, for people out there, C, for people who work hard, D, for people who study hard, E, for everything that is alive. Jawabannya adalah for people out there, ya. Ada di teksnya, ya. Number 5, why does the singer feel sorry? Mengapa penyanyi tersebut merasa menyesal? A, because he tells the truth, B, because he doesn't tell the truth, C, because he lies, D, because he cannot speak, E, because he walks on the planet. The answer is, jawabannya adalah yang A, ya, because he tells the truth. Oke, kita lanjutkan materi kedua, yaitu descriptive text. Nah, kalian masih ingat kan descriptive text? Nah, descriptive text ini adalah a text which describe about specific person or things in a particular way. Jadi mendeskripsikan atau menjelaskan mengenai seseorang atau suatu tempat atau suatu benda secara khusus. Berikut contohnya. Kediri is a name of a town. It is situated in a valley between the Kelut and Wilis mountains and inhabited by about 1.3 million people. In the center of the town there is a large hill which is called the Datok Mountain. Because of the topography of the region, Kediri is called a chilly town by the locals. There is a big river called Brantas cutting off the center of the town. Besides the temples, Kediri is also famous for its products like cigarettes and a special kind of tofu or bean curd. This highly nutritious food is delicacy of Kediri and has distinctive taste. The cigarette factory dominates the town economy and employs the majority of the women labor force. Kediri and the cigarette factory are inseparable, and it is considered the biggest cigarette factory in Indonesia. Most of the local people work in this factory. Those who do not work here are farmers or traders. Okay, number 6. Which one has a distinctive taste? Apakah yang A, the cigarette, B, the special food, C, the bean curd, D, the highly nutritious food? The answer is C, the bean curd, ya. Ada di bacaan paragraf kedua. Berikutnya, number 7. What does the above text tell about? A, the history of Kediri, B, the famous products of Kediri, C, the description of Kediri, D, the people. Jawabannya adalah the description of Kediri, yang C, ya. Yang karena ini mengenai teks deskriptif. Number 8. Which one has a distinctive taste? Apakah yang A, the cigarette, B, the special food, C, the bean curd, D, the highly nutritious food? The answer is the bean curd. Nah, bean curd ini adalah has a distinctive taste atau memiliki rasa yang istimewa. Number 9. Those who do not work here. The underlined word refers to, nah, here yang dimaksud mereka yang tidak bekerja di sini, yang dimaksud di sini itu refers to mengacu ke A, the local people, B, the factory workers, C, the farmers, D, the traders. Jawabannya adalah the factory workers. Oke, berikutnya ada bacaan lagi teks Masjid Sultan Suryansa judulnya. Masjid Sultan Suryansa is a historical mosque built 300 years ago. This building is the oldest mosque in South Kalimantan. The mosque is located in the North Queen village of Banjarmasin. It was built in the reign of Sultan Suryansa, known as Pangeran Samudra. He was the first Banjarnese king who converted into Islam. This mosque was found on the bank of the Queen River near Kampung Kraton, which was destroyed by the Dutch colonial. Paragraf keduanya, the construction of Masjid Sultan Suryansa was unique. The roof is layered. It took the Banjar's past architecture before Islam came. Different from any other old mosque in Banjar, the mihrab has its own roof, separated from the main building. Oke, sekarang kita jawab pertanyaannya. Number 10. Masjid Sultan Suryansa was constructed in the era of, the answer is Sultan Suryansa, ya. Ada di bacaan paragraf pertama. It was built in the reign of Sultan Suryansa. Okay, number 11. What is the mainly discussed in the text? Nah, yang didiskusikan secara umum dalam teks di atas adalah A, king reign, B, a palace complex, C, an Islamic location, D, a historical mosque. Jawabannya adalah a historical mosque, ya, yaitu Masjid Sultan Suryansa. Okay, number 12. From the text we know that, dari teks di atas kita tahu bahwa apakah yang A, some construction of the mosque takes the local style, B. Banjar people burn down the mosques. C. There is nothing special from these mosques. D. The Dutch colonial built the mosques. The answer is, jawabannya adalah A ya. Some construction of the mosques takes the local style. Ada di paragraf kedua di awal kalimat. The construction of Masjid Sultan Sudirman Shah was unique. The roof is layered. It took the Banjar past architecture before Islam came. Balikambang is a small village in the southern coast of East Java, 70 kilometers from Malang town and 2 hours drive from south. It is well known for its long, beautiful, white sandy beach, as well as the similarity of its temple to the one of Tanah Lot in Bali. In Balikambang, there are 3 small rocky islands, namely Ismaya Island, Wisanggeni Island, and Anoman Island. Those names are taken from wayang figures or Java traditional puppets. These islands are surrounded by Indonesian, which huge waves frighten most overseas cruisers. Oke, kita jawab pertanyaan number 13. What makes Balikambang famous? Apa yang A. Small rocky islands, B. Long beautiful beach, C. Huge waves of ocean, D. Overseas cruisers. Apa yang membuat Balikambang terkenal? The answer is long beautiful beaches. Ya, ada di paragraf pertama, yaitu it is well known for its long beautiful white sandy beach. Jadi long beautiful beach. Okay, number 14. What is the main idea of the second paragraph? Apa pikiran utama dari paragraf kedua? Apakah yang A. There are 3 rocky islands in Balikambang. B. Huge wave frighten many overseas cruisers. C. Names of rocky islands are taken from wayang figures. Yang D. The rocky islands are in the middle of the sea. Pikiran utama paragraf kedua adalah ya, there are 3 rocky islands in Balikambang. Ada di awal paragraf. In Balikambang, there are 3 small rocky islands. Oke, berikutnya read the following text to answer question number 15 to 16. Paragraf pertama. Barack Obama is the President of the United States. He is an African American. He is tall and thin. He is bald. He has dark complexion, pointed nose, and oval face. He is the first black man who becomes the President of the United States. He is known as a smart and wise man. He is a loving husband for his wife and a good father for his 2 children. People from all over the world adore him because of his spirit and action in creating peace in this world. He also looks friendly because he always smiles a lot. Oke, sekarang kita coba jawab pertanyaannya. Number 15. What is the purpose of the text? Tujuan dari teks di samping adalah A. To persuade the readers to choose him in the election. B. To entertain the readers about the story of Barack Obama. C. To report the life of the President of United States of America. D. To describe Barack Obama's physical appearance and personality. Nah, tujuan teks di atas adalah to describe Barack Obama's physical appearance and personality. Ya, jadi untuk menjelaskan penampakan fisik dan personality atau personalitas dari Barack Obama. Oke, number 16. Dark complexion, pointed nose, and oval face. The antonym of the underlined word is, nah, jadi dia antonim dari kata yang bergaris bawah yaitu pointed adalah flat ya. Jadi pointed Antonimnya flat. Oke, next. Kita masuk ke naratif teks ya. Teks ketiga ya. Kita coba baca. There was an old man who lived at the end of a small village at the foot of the mountains. The grandfather's name is Martono. He doesn't work and relies on nature's resources to survive. Martono has been without a family since he was 60 years old because his wife died. Their children left the city to migrate in search of a better life than the village. Now Martono is 80 years old and still relies on nature for his life. Until one day Martono saw something unusual in his favorite forest. There is some heavy equipment coming in to open new agricultural land. The distance was indeed quite far, about 10 kilometers, but some heavy equipment got lost and had to pass in front of his hut. 2 semesters went on and the land clearing project was underway, and finally there was an agricultural area. Within a short period of time, Martono began to have difficulty getting food. Squirrels and small animals that usually fall into the trap are now nowhere to be found. Finally, the supply of meat for Martono's life became less and made his body weak. Only 2 semesters after the land clearing, Martono began to fall ill. His body was no longer able to walk as far as it used to before clearing the land. Not long after, Martono finally breathed his last without anyone knowing. Even the villagers only found out a year later when a landslide occurred in the Martono hut. Oke, sekarang kita jawab pertanyaan number 17. The text tells about A. Beautiful forest, B. The end of old man lives, C. Development of agricultural land, D. Life on the mountain side. The answer is B, the end of old man lives. Number 18. How old Martono when he died? Apakah yang A. 80 years old, B. 81 years old, C. 82 years old, D. 83 years old. Jawabannya adalah D. 81 years old. Kenapa? Karena di bacaan disebutkan usia Martono saat dibicarakan 80 tahun, 80 years old, but 2 semesters after the clearing project, he finally died. Nah, jadi 2 semester itu sama dengan 1 tahun. Jadi 80 tahun tambah 1 tahun sama dengan 81 tahun. Oke, number 19. Why is Martono dead? Apakah yang A. Lack of protein sources, B. Killed by government, C. Crushed by heavy equipment, D. Old age. Nah, kenapa Pak Martono ini meninggal? The answer is A, ya. Lack of protein sources. Jadi kekurangan sumber protein. Kenapa? Karena after the clearing project, jadi setelah pembukaan lahan itu banyak hewan-hewan kecil yang musnah ya, seperti squirrel dan sebagainya. Jadi Pak Martono tidak mendapatkan sumber protein lagi. The answer is A. Number 20. Where are the Martono's children? Where are Martono's children? Nah, di manakah anak-anak Pak Martono? Apakah yang A. Wander out of town, B. Marto has no children, C. Moved in with his mother, D. Killed in an accident? Kalau dari bacaan teks, nah, Pak Martono children itu went to the city to find better life. Jadi the answer is A. Wander out of town. Number 21. How does Martono live his life? A. Take advantage of the forest environment. B. Work as beggar in the village. C. Traveling with his son. D. Become a ranger. The answer is take advantage of the forest environment. Jadi bagaimana hidup untuk menghidupi dirinya? The answer is mengambil keuntungan dari lingkungan hutan ya. Oke, berikutnya number 22. Sekarang kita baca kembali. Wagiman is a beggar who usually hangs around the tourist area of the City of Heroes. One day, Wagiman received a fantastic amount of donation from a rich man. In all his life, Wagiman had never seen that much money. He thought that this would change his life as he now had an unimaginable amount of money. Wagiman started buying clothes so he would look neater in his activities. Paragraph 3-nya, homes were also purchased so that there was no longer any need to avoid raids by the area's law enforcement units. It's like there is no end to shopping for all forms of luxury that the eye has ever seen. 1 to 3 years have passed since the time when Wagiman got the money. Now Wagiman is back on the road to beg, all his wealth gone to splurge. He didn't know that the richer a person, the greater the taxes paid to the state. Without income, of course, donation from benefactors 3 years ago did not last long. He regretted why he didn't spend it to seek knowledge and learn to manage finances. Oke, sekarang kita coba bahas pertanyaan number 22. Wagiman everyday work as, apakah yang E? Nah, Pak Wagiman setiap hari bekerja sebagai, apakah yang E? Tour guide. B. Entrepreneur. C. Street beggar. D. Chairman of Executive. Jawabannya adalah sebagai street beggar atau pengemis jalanan. Okay, next, number 23. How did Wagiman become rich? Bagaimana Pak Wagiman menjadi kaya? Apakah yang A. Work his ass off. B. Doing business. C. Become tour guide. D. Get donation. The answer is get donation. Jadi kayanya ini dapat donasi atau sumbangan. Okay, next, number 24. How did Wagiman become poor? Bagaimana Pak Wagiman menjadi miskin? Apakah yang A. His friends swindle him. B. Rob. C. Didn't want to become rich anymore. D. Lack of monetary management. Jadi miskin karena apa? Karena apa nih Pak Wagiman menjadi miskin? The answer is D. Lack of monetary management. Kekurangan manajemen keuangan. Okay, number 25. Who give Wagiman donation? Siapa yang memberi Pak Wagiman ini donasi? Apakah yang A. Government official. B. His neighborhood association. C. Nameless good man. D. Saul Goodman. The answer is, jawabannya adalah nameless good man. Jadi seorang yang baik hati tanpa diketahui namanya. Okay, number 26. What lesson can be learned from this story? Pelajaran apa yang dapat kita pelajari dari cerita ini? Apakah yang A. Being rich doesn't make you happy. B. Hard work pays off. C. The importance of financial management. D. The importance of being philanthropist. Jadi jawabannya adalah yang C. The importance of financial management. Pentingnya manajemen keuangan. Berikutnya, teks lagi. Paragraf pertama. In a suburb, brothers namely Alan, Bulan, and Citra. Alan became the backbone of the family as the oldest siblings after his parents abandoned the three siblings when they were young. Their ages are actually not that far apart because their parents do not use contraception, so that the ages of Alan, Bulan, and Chitra are only 2 years apart. When Chitra was 10 years old, her parents left her for no apparent reason. Alan, as the backbone of the family, can only be a member of one of the market tax association. Meanwhile, Bulan and Chitra become a pair of pickpockets even though they are still children. Without education, their lives are all miserable, and eventually each of them meet his death before the age of 20. Oke, kita coba bahas pertanyaannya. Number 27. At what age did the three of them die? Pada usia berapa ketiganya meninggal? Apakah yang A, before 20 years, B, after 20 years, C, at 20 years old, D, three of them didn't die? Jawabannya adalah before 20 years. Ada di paragraf terakhir ya. Berikutnya 28. Why their lives are miserable? Mengapa hidup mereka sengsara? Apakah yang A, lack of education, B, left by parents, C, didn't have money, D, all the three of answer above? Jawabannya adalah lack of education ya. Jadi hidup mereka sengsara karena kekurangan pendidikan. Oke, berikutnya ada report text. It uses its tail for story joy fact. It has web feet and a large strawberries net. These are species that are bit closer to those of ducks than to these any known mammals. Weight varies considerably from 0.7 to 2.4 kilograms, with males being larger than females, and male averages 50 cm total length, whilst the female measures approximately 45 cm. The platypus has an average temperature of 32 degrees Celsius rather than 37 degrees Celsius that is typical of the placental mammals. Kita bahas pertanyaannya. Number 29. What animal is being described in the monologue? Hewan apa yang sedang dideskripsikan dalam monolog itu? Apakah yang A, octopus, B, rhinoceros, C, platypus, D, mosquitoes, E, hippopotamus? The answer is C, platypus. Next, number 30. How much does the platypus weigh? Berapa berat platypus? Apakah yang A, 0.7 2.4 kg, B, 0.7 to 2.5 kg, C, 0.7 2.6 kg, D, 0.7 to 0.7 kg, atau E, 0.7 to 2.8 kg? The answer is A, 0.7 to 2.4 kg. Oke, untuk number 31 to 40, kalian bisa tulis jawabannya di kolom komentar ya. Kamiko akan membacakan pertanyaannya. Untuk teksnya kalian bisa baca sendiri ya. Nah, ini berikut contoh report text. The platypus is a semi-aquatic mammal endemic to East to North Australia, including Tasmania. It is one of the 5 extreme species of monodremes, the only mammal that lay eggs instead of giving birth to live young. The body and the broad flat tail of these animals are covered with dense brown fur that drapes a layer including ear to keep the animals warm. Oke, pertanyaan number 31. What does the adult male bear weight? Apakah yang A, 400 to 480 kg, atau yang B, 400 to 680 kg, ataukah yang C 480 to 600 kg, ataukah yang D 680 to 880 kg, ataukah yang E 880 to 1500 kg. Number 32. Where did the animals live? Di manakah hewannya tinggal? Apakah yang A in the Arctic Ocean, atau B in the Indian Ocean, C in the Pacific Ocean, D in the North Atlantic Ocean, or E in the South Atlantic Ocean? Number 33. Since the snakes are cold-blooded, they blah blah blah. Apakah yang A like sucking the cool blood, B avoid sunbathing to their skin, C never sunbathe in the warm weather, D live on the ground in the deserted burrows, E require the sun warm to heat their bodies. Ya, nomor 33. Semenjak ular ini berdarah dingin, mereka titik-titik ya. Kalian bisa jawab di kolom komentar ya. Oke, number 34. We know from the text that snakes, kita tahu dari teks di atas bahwa ular bla 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 titik-titik. A. Do not have claws, B. Do not like sunlight, C. Have 2 legs and claws, D. Use their legs to climb the tree, E. Use their claws to slither along the ground. Okay, number 35. Some types of snakes live in trees, some live in water, but most live on the ground in deserted rabbit burrows. Paragraph 4. The word burrow has the similar meaning with. Nah, jadi persamaan burrows itu adalah apakah yang A. Foster, B. dig, C. plow, D. nurture, E. cultivate. 36. How do flying snakes protect themselves? Apakah yang A. They fly away, B. They use their fangs, they scare their enemies, C. They stretch out their skin, D. They eat the other animals, or E. Sunbathe on rocks. Nah, bagaimana ular terbang ya, melindungi diri mereka sendiri? Nah, kalian bisa jawab di kolom komentar. Apakah yang A, B, C, D, atau E? Berikutnya number 37 until 40. Ini ada bacaan ya. Kalian bisa baca teksnya. Okay, number 37. What is the text about? Teksnya mengenai apakah yang A, the description of Napoleon fish, B, the physical characteristic of carnivorous fish, C, the diverse favorite animals, D, Napoleon's family, E, the development of Napoleon fish. Number 38. Where do Napoleon fish move during the day to feed? Di manakah ikan Napoleon bergerak selama siang hari untuk mencari makan? Apakah yang A. offshore, B. onshore, C. deeper water, D. shallow bays, E. coral reef edges. Number 39 to 40. Bacanya ini judulnya The Honey Bee ya. Kalian silakan baca teksnya. Number 39. What is the main idea of the text? A. The life of the honeybee. B. The importance of honeybee in the pollinate process and produce honey. C. The honeybee food. D. The honeybee and the flowers. Nomor 39. Pikiran utama dari teks tersebut adalah apakah yang A, B, C, atau D ya? Oke, number 40. Honeybee make honey from the nectar of flowers. What is the similar meaning of the underlined word above? Sinonim dari make itu apakah A. produce, B. carry, C. get, D. take? Demikian pembelajaran kali ini ya. Semoga teman-teman mengerti apa yang sudah kakak sampaikan. Jika ada yang belum dimengerti, kalian bisa tanyakan di kolom komentar ya. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on the notification by click the bell. Follow our social media in Instagram at Rumah Belajar Genio and at Kakak Genio. And also in TikTok at Kakak Genio. See you next time.